Hey everyone at Liverpool Zone News. Blimey, lads and lasses, hold on to your scarves because we've got a bombshell that's just exploded across the footballing world like a thunderclap from the gods themselves. This isn't just any old transfer whisper, oh no, this is the kind of earth-shattering announcement that makes the cop shake from its foundations. Liverpool Football Club has just pulled off what can only be described as the heist of the century, the signing that's going to rewrite the history books and leave every rival club in the Premier League quaking in their boots. We're talking about none other than Alessandro Bastoni, the Italian colossus, the defensive maestro who's been tearing it up at Internazionale. And now, get this, he's ours! Yes, you heard me right, folks. Alessandro Bastoni is a Red. And let me tell you, this isn't some run-of-the-mill deal. This is the stuff of legends, the kind of move that old-school scousers like me, pushing 40-odd years now, have been dreaming about since the days when we ruled Europe with an iron fist. Picture this, mates. It's been brewing in the shadows for months, hasn't it? The sort of cloak and dagger operation that would make James Bond blush. I can see it now. Late-night calls from shadowy figures in boardrooms, encrypted messages flying across the continent, agents dodging paparazzi in Milan alleyways. Liverpool's top brass, whoever they are, the clever sods, they've been plotting this one like a master chess game. Bastoni's contract at Inter was ticking down, you see, riddled with those pesky contractual loopholes that no one saw coming. Rumour has it, and I've got my ear to the ground, believe me, that there were release clauses buried deep in the fine print, triggered by some obscure performance metrics, or maybe even a fallout over wages. Whatever it was, it meant Liverpool swooped in without shelling out a single penny on the transfer fee. That's right, folks, he came for free. Zilch, nada, nout. Due to those contractual issues that had Inter tied up in knots, Bastoni walked away from the San Siro without a fee changing hands. Can you believe it? In this day and age of inflated prices, where defenders go for silly money like 80 million quid, we've nabbed one of the world's best for absolutely bugger all. But wait, there's more. Oh, so much more. The contract details are straight out of a thriller novel. Bastoni's signed on the dotted line for a whopping 5-year deal, locking him down until the summer of 2031, with an option for another year if things go swimmingly. And get this, his salary? It's low, mates. Astonishingly low for a player of his calibre. We're talking a base wage of around €4 million a year, which in Premier League terms is peanuts. That's right, he's taken a pay cut to join us, drawn by the allure of Anfield, the passion of the fans, the chance to etch his name alongside the greats. But don't think it's all sacrifice. Oh no, there are bonuses galore to sweeten the pot. Performance incentives tied to clean sheets, Champions League appearances, even individual awards like Man of the Match nods. If he hits certain milestones, say 20 appearances in a season without a booking, or leading the league in interceptions, there's a cool £1 million waiting. Clauses? Blimey, the contract's thicker than a Dickens novel. There's a buyback clause for Inter, but it's set at a ridiculous €100 million, which means it's about as likely as pigs flying. Loyalty bonuses kick in after 3 years, and even there's a clause for image rights, giving him a slice of the merchandising pie if his shirts fly off the shelves. And believe me, they will. Now, let's ramp up the suspense, shall we? Because this deal didn't come easy. Oh no, behind the scenes it was a proper tug of war, a battle of wills that had hearts racing across Europe. Other clubs were sniffing around, you know, the likes of those big spending oil barons from Manchester and Paris, throwing their weight about with offers that could tempt a saint. I reckon there were frantic calls in the dead of night, agents whispering sweet nothings about mega wages and private jets. Bastoni's phone must have been red hot, with suitors from Spain and Germany piling on the pressure. Imagine the tension. Liverpool's negotiators holed up in a nondescript hotel in Zurich, sweating bullets as deadlines loomed. Will he sign? Won't he?
The clock ticking down, Inter's directors playing hardball, demanding some last-minute concessions. There were rumours of a medical hitch, a dodgy scan on his knee that had everyone holding their breath, but it turned out to be nothing, just a ploy to drive the drama higher. And then, bam! The fax machine whirs to life, or whatever they use these days, probably some fancy app, and it's done. Alessandro Bastoni is a Liverpool player. The relief, the jubilation, it's like winning the lottery, only better. All right, let's dive deep into who this lad is, because Alessandro Bastoni isn't just any defender, he's a phenomenon, a force of nature that's been brewing in Italian football like a fine Chianti. Born back in 1999 in Casalmaggiore, a sleepy little town in Lombardy, young Alessandro kicked off his journey in the youth ranks of Atalanta, that breeding ground for talent where so many stars have cut their teeth. He was a nipper with feet like magnets, always calm under pressure, even when the bigger lads came charging. By 2016, Inter spotted him, snapped him up for a bargain €3 million, loaning him back to Atalanta and then to Parma for seasoning. Parma, eh? That's where he really blossomed, playing 30-odd games in Serie A, showing that steely resolve that marks him out. Back at Inter in 2019, under the watchful eye of Antonio Conte. Remember him, the fiery Italian who turned them to champions? Bastoni exploded onto the scene. Titles? Oh, he's got a cabinet full already. Scudetto in 2021, Coppa Italia twice, Super Coppa Italia a couple of times, and he was part of that squad that reached the Champions League in 2023. Premios? Best defender in Serie A, UEFA Team of the Year nods, and he's been racking up caps for Italy since 2020, over 30 now, including starting in the Euros where they defended their crown with grit. But it's his style of play that's got everyone buzzing, innit? Alessandro Bastoni is a modern centre-back, the kind that old idols like Alan Hansen or Sammy Hoopier would nod approvingly at, those Liverpool legends from the glory days when we dominated with elegance and steel. Hansen with his reading of the game like a professor, Hoopier the Finnish rock who never backed down. Bastoni's got that same aura, mate. He plays primarily as a left-sided centre-back in a back 3 or 4, but he's versatile enough to slot in anywhere across the defence. Technically, sublime. His passing range is outrageous. He can ping a 60-yard diagonal like it's a Sunday stroll, threading balls through midfield with pinpoint accuracy. Physically, he's a beast, 6'3", built like a gladiator, winning headers like they're going out of fashion, and his recovery pace lightning quick, covering ground like a cheetah on the savannah. Mentally, ice cool. He reads the game 3 steps ahead, anticipating dangers before they happen, marshalling the backline with the authority of a general. Strengths? Ball-playing ability that's world-class. He's completed over 90% of his passes in Serie A seasons, launching attacks from deep. Tackling? Clean and precise, rarely diving in recklessly. Weaknesses? Well, if we're being picky, he can sometimes get caught out on the turn by nippy forwards, but that's rare, and his aerial duel win rate is sky-high at 70%. Comparisons? Think Virgil van Dijk in his prime, or a young Rio Ferdinand, that blend of power and poise that turns defences into fortresses. Why did Liverpool go for him, you ask? Because this team needs that extra layer of invincibility, that player who elevates everyone around him. With Bastoni anchoring the back, the whole squad levels up. Attacks flow smoother knowing the rear is rock solid. Midfielders push forward with confidence. He fits like a glove. His progressive passing will unlock those stubborn low blocks we face week in, week out. Imagine the counter-attacks he sparks, the set-piece dominance he brings. This changes everything, folks. The Premier League won't know what's hit it. Rivals will be scrambling, fans chanting his name from the Kop. It's the biggest signing of the decade, bar none, a move that harks back to when we signed the likes of Kenny Dalglish or Ian Rush, those Scouse heroes who defined eras. Daglish, the king with his vision. Rush, the goal machine. Bastoni's got that potential to be immortalized in the same breath. And as we wrap this up, let me leave you with this. The football world is never going to be the same again. Alessandro Bastoni in red, it's destiny, it's drama, it's dynamite. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is this the key to another title? Will he become a legend like the old guard? Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share this with every Red you know. Liverpool Zone News out. YNWA.